What up? Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Today is something out of the norm. As you can tell, I'm not like out in nature. I'm in what is gonna kind of be my review station from here on out. I may still do things outside, but this kind of keeps everything generalized, and it's also gonna be the spot for my other channel that I do with my son. But anyways, so from here on out, you'll see when you see me in here, you know I'm probably reviewing or unboxing or talking about something. And having said that, we are doing an unboxing today. And kind of like first thought review of what we're going to be looking at. So let's get right to it, guys. Come on. All right, guys. So this is what we're checking out today. These are magnetic pedals. And don't worry, I'll give you more view of everything. Do some video layover or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, so Hustle Bike Labs sent me these pedals, and I'm going to do essentially a 3-part review of these. The first is going to be just us unboxing them and kind of getting first thoughts from my perspective of, you know, what I think. I'm just an average mountain biker, average skill, everything like that. And I want to check out what magnetic pedals have to offer. And that's mainly because clipless freaks me out a little bit. I don't want to be completely and utterly clipped in. So when I came across these, I was like, hey guys, you know, I would love to do a review on your stuff. And they were like, awesome, let's do it. So we're going to do that. But as I say in my reviews, it's always an honest opinion. And just what my perspective on something like this is. And then in the future, I will ultimately move on to clipless, and we will check that out as well. But so first thoughts, the box is pretty sweet. There's definitely something about it, you know, sleek looking right there. Hustle Bike Labs, Rim Tech pedal, Avery 2. It's got a QR code on here, and I'll scan that here in a minute and we can see what that is. But yeah, really sleek. And it says trail / all mountain Rim Tech pedals. So let's check it out. And they're also in big red because you know how much I love red on my mountain bike. So, all right. All right, guys. So, pretty stoked right now. This is looking pretty cool. First off, got a sticker. Look, every company on planet Earth, if you're seeing this for any future, this is the way of the future, guys. Put a sticker in the box. We love stickers. I have so many of them. This will go on in my garage next to where I do my mountain biking stuff. And every time I see it, I'll be like, hells yeah, dog. I love those. So yeah, you can never go wrong with a sticker. And then here it says, stoked to make this connection. I really love little things like that. As you can see right there. And I'll probably do some interconnected shots, looking down in the box and everything like that as we go. But right now, that's what I'm seeing. I love it. Has a caution, holy moly, can be harmful to pacemakers and ICD wearers. So guys, I know what a pacemaker is, but I don't know what an ICD is. So if you want to leave a comment letting me know what that is. Yeah, that's crazy. It says magnets exert forces on metallic objects. Tools, magnets, and metal objects can cut, pinch, or entrap hands and fingers. Handle with caution. All right. So I would say pretty obvious for most people. Probably not the pacemaker type thing, but clearly these are some strong magnets. If you're saying that 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 it can cause mess with your pacemaker. Yeah, and then it says comes in these little packaging right here, cardboard, and it says caution: leave magnet covers on pedals. Leave magnet covers on pedals until installed to prevent injury/damage. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. And I will say that just seeing the red right now, guys, oh my God, I'm in love with this red. Holy mackerel, that's a beautiful red. You want to see it? So if y'all don't know, you probably do know, but I am a massive Georgia Bulldogs fan. I am also, and because of that, I love red. Like, you can't see what's behind this camera, but it's a lot of Georgia Bulldog stuff. But don't judge me. We all have our fandoms. And guys, I'm about to get extra stoked here on Hustle Labs, and I'm going to tell you here in a second. But first, look at that red. Is that not beautiful? Look, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, the pedals I have on my bike right now are supposed to be red. I got them for free with the bike. You know, when you buy a super expensive bike, they start being like, oh yeah, we'll throw that in. So I wasn't too upset, but when they ordered them for me, so when I got them and saw them on the bike, they were more like a pink, and I was like, ugh. And so I just kind of dealt with it. But right now, these are sweet. Yeah, that is a nice. It's like a crimson red almost, like a nice dark red. I think they call it big red, baby, big red. So yeah. So I'm just gonna say pretty heavy, but understandably. It has magnets in the middle of it. So I'm not surprised by that. And my style of mountain biking, when I was looking into something like this, I'm not too worried about the weight of my bike. Obviously, I don't want a 100-pound bike, but I'm also not too concerned with adding another pound. I think is what these are. Don't quote me on that. But either way, it's not going to drive me crazy, especially for what is potentially the upside of having a more interconnected feeling with my pedals without going full clipless. So with that, you know, I'm not upset about that. Yeah, that to me outweighs um, the weight of the pedal. But man, that is beautiful. And then they have these pieces of foam over the magnets with a piece of plastic to, you know, I guess help keep them, because something tells me that if I got it close to this one, that they are going to right together, and then we're gonna have problems. So yeah, so that's the pedal. Beautiful red. I'll show you'll obviously see it more in the light and when I start like testing them out on the trail too. But yeah, God, that's stunning. That's beautiful. Uh, I'm really stoked about that. That is one seriously beautiful color red. So for the people out there that are watching this that are either looking up magnetic pedals or anything like that, the first thing I want to say about Hustle Bike Labs, and you know, I'm going to close this up real fast because this is an unboxing, but it's also something I wanted to say about this company. I had to dive a little bit to find them. And after I started researching them, I was blown away that I think it's Mag Pedal and maybe Mag Lock or something like that. There's these two other companies that really stand out. The first time I heard about these type of pedals was, I think someone was using MagPed, I think is what it's called, but a magnetic pedal that if you search magnetic pedals, it's going to be the first thing that pops up. So with that being said, um, when I finally came across this company, the thing that really stood out to me that made logical sense compared to the other ones was that the magnets move like that. So what you got to think is it's not, from a like a just a logical point of view, it's not a clipless pedal. So your foot isn't going to just miraculously, because this is a magnet, that it's going to stay connected to it. So what I thought was amazing compared to the other ones, that at certain points where you are lifting your foot or pedaling down or anything like that, that this pedal had that the other ones didn't, was as you're pedaling and maybe you do kind of pick your foot up, it's gonna move with you some. Does that make sense? Like your foot's going to be on there, and as you're pedaling and maybe you are lifting up a little bit faster than you should and maybe had the potential to have a disconnect from the pedal, it's going to relieve some of that. It's going to give some leeway. It's going to move with your foot a little bit, because obviously at a certain point, if you just yank your foot off, it's going to come off. But if you're pedaling techie, which I feel like, remember guys, this is an unboxing and like a preliminary, my thoughts and what I expect. So we'll come back and revisit this in the next couple of weeks and whatnot. But yeah, I just saw that, and compared to the other ones, all the other magnets were just flat, and that was it. A lot of them didn't have as much spacing. Like, you can clearly tell that they're saving as much weight as they possibly can. And that was just impressive to me. So I reached out to them and was like, guys, I think y'all have something here that maybe a lot of people don't know about and need to know about. Another thing that I really liked about their pedals is that it has these canine teeth. So um, you could easily put these longer, I think they're like 4 millimeters, something like that, on there all the way around the bad boy to give more connection. Because again, it's a hybrid pedal. It's not a clipless, but it's also not a flat pedal. So you still need a shoe that is going to have some grippiness that can hook into these. It's the middle ground, and I think it's going to be a very impressive middle ground. My first thoughts on it is that it's going to be a very impressive middle ground to going from flats to clipless, or if you started out on clipless and you're wanting to go to flats, you know. Because if you've ridden flats, you know that foot position really matters, especially going off drops or techie stuff. Like, there's a lot of a lot going into this that I think maybe people that ride clipless possibly don't understand, and please don't get in the comments, guys. Be like, you know, this is coming from the perspective of an average rider that has never ridden clipless and just my thought process on it. Okay. And maybe y'all are having the same thought process out there, and I'm here to help you out with that. But with clipless, you can just pull up on your foot as you're pedaling and it gives more strength and whatnot. With flats, you can't do that. Like, it's all about the down pedal. And I'm hoping that this helps with being able to pull up as you're pedaling and stay stuck better to the bike, and techie stuff that you may be having issues with your feet popping off. But that's what right now, that's what I'm thinking. And I mean, it's looking pretty dope. I'm pretty stoked on these. It does have a little piece in there to where the magnet obviously can't spin all the way around, and you can see they've put red pegs in there, and then black canine pegs in there in those spots. And I want to say, if I scanned this QR code, it's going to show me different settings for these, or setups to give you a better like, you know, the best. But yeah, I think right now how it came in the box will be how I first initially tested out. Yeah, so obviously I'll be doing some shots so you can see what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna sit this off to the side right now. Oh man, so there's a piece of metal through the table here, and it is full. I can feel it connecting to it. Oh man, yeah. Oh, that's a strong magnet. I wasn't expecting that. Did you hear that? That's pretty strong for being just through the table. So I can only imagine what a connection directly to it is. Yeah. So I'm gonna sit this off to the side, and then let's keep seeing what they have in the box. Okay. So here's the I think this is the right pedal. They have sent me a couple of extra red pegs and black canine pegs and a little tool to get them in and out. I really love that. That's probably going to come in handy, because I like a longer peg. I really like to feel like the bottom of my 510s. You can see where I've just grinded those things. They are in there. But again, I'm gonna ride it with how they sent it to me set up first, and then I will go with how I want to deal with this after. All right, so here is the pieces of metal that will go on the bottom of your cleat, whatever you want to call it. I'm feeling really dumb right now on why I can't open this. I'm trying to open it without tearing it up, but sometimes I get impatient. So let's see. So it looks like it comes with a couple of spacers to put under your cleat, depending on, if you need more of the shoe to connect to the base of, or to kind of flush it out. So it looks like it comes with 2 per, and they're actually pretty thick. So I'd say once you have 2 on there, like, you're probably pretty solid if you need them. And then the 2 magnets that you're going to be using for each shoe, the pieces of metal that will go in there, and the screws that will hold them in. These are pretty heavy too. I mean, you're definitely adding some weight to your rider setup. So if you're pretty intense about how your what's the word I'm looking for? How, if you have your shocks set to a certain amount of weight, rider weight, then you're probably going to need to readjust once you have this stuff on. But back to the thing that a minute ago that I got real stoked on. So they sent me, I was saying, send stickers, man. We love stickers. Always send them. And I got really stoked on this sticker. Guys, they sent me two. That's awesome. Love stickers. I mean, love them. So that's really awesome. The more stickers, the merrier. I mean, they probably pay next to nothing for these, so throwing them in there just shows that you appreciate your customer, and I think that's a big deal. So yeah, that's what comes in the box, guys. Spacers, bolts, extra pegs, and yeah. All right, guys. So pretty much for the final part of this video, because you can't use these without the proper shoes. So pretty much for the past 3 or 4 years, however long it's been since I've been mountain biking, I'd say 3 years, because the first little while I wasn't wearing mountain bike specific shoes. But so for the first part, when I first started riding, flats, and I was wearing 510, the free riders, so like the canvas type shoe, and they've been great, brutally comfortable. That's really what the selling point on them was, and also I was able to try them on. Shoes is one thing that I hate just ordering offline. Can't do it, and because of that, the shoe I'm going to be using with these new Hustle Lab magnetic pedals are the Fox Union Boas. So I was going to get just the regular Fox Union, and then the store that I buy from had these only in the black on like serious sale. So they actually were cheaper than just the Unions. So they have the really awesome little clip in, you don't have to tie your shoe type deal. And I was really stoked on that. And I went ahead and put the plates on the bottom of them. That wasn't too difficult to do. I can definitely see the tediousness once I start riding. I'm gonna have to bring an Allen wrench, and I might be taking my shoes off quite a bit because these soles are stiff. They have great grip for the pegs, where those will clip in, but shifting this to get it in the perfect spot is definitely going to be something I end up doing. But right now I have it all the way forward, because on the bottom of my 510s, I definitely tend to have my feet in a position where the ball of my foot is steady on the pedal. So that's where we're going to start with it. We'll see on the bottom of these pedals, or on the bottom of these Fox Union Boas, where the clip goes in. If you bring it back further, it says control. And if you bring it forward more, it says power. So right now I have it in I guess what they're saying is the more powerful area. I also have both the spacers in, because there is a pretty intense gap without the spacers. I don't think that's going to play, like, especially with the spacers in, is going to play a big problem. When I was talking to the guys from Hustle, I asked what the 3 recommended shoes that they would recommend to use with their pedals, and this was on the list. I had also because I already had 510s in the past, I was going to go with the 510 Hellcats, but I couldn't find anywhere to try them on, and I'm just not going to order them. But these things are expensive, and potentially run the risk of not being able to return them or anything like that. So I was able to try these on. They're pretty comfortable. I have a 30-day window to return them if I don't like them. And then at that point, I'll see where I can go from there. But as of right now, we're going to do these union boas, man. But again, like I was saying, there is a gap, but I think once you have your foot and the pressure on there, and I think if you're coming from flats, you're already going to have this mentality um, of feeling the pegs. I think the the magnetic part of it is going to be something you have to get used to, but you're going to automatically notice the pegs going in. And every instinct in me right now, I want to take that pedal and put it here. But something tells me that it's going to be really hard to pull that pedal off once I'm in. So yeah, we'll see once I'm actually out pedaling. I'm not going to get too much into the science of it, guys. Like, out of some of the videos I came across, I didn't come across very many. Well, there is a guy out there that's like doing the whole not enough pegs here, you need more pegs here, this shoe wasn't really touching. And then Hustle also has like showing different shoes. And I want to say, and don't quote me on this, but they are potentially like designing their own shoe or something like that, or maybe they can get with Fox, or get a partnership with a company going to say this is the shoe for our pedal. But pretty much, guys, right now that's everything I have going on. And this is just the initial start of this whole experiment that I'm going to do with magnetic pedals, and see if it's something I just permanently stick with, or I potentially end up hating it. And not saying because of the pedal or the company, but I just like, I don't like my feet being that connected. Who knows? Or I go, man, now I'm going to check out clipless and see how that feels. All right, guys. Well, that's it for this one. We will see you on the next one. Remember, guys, stay positive and ride your bike.